Well, it looks like a lot. You see, I guess I'm speeding up some. Let's start with pronunciation. The letter I has the sound E. I say it has the sound of E, as in only E. It is not. It's never a short I. So, estupido, no, estupido. And something I could show you about that. In English, if you said this is it, there's three short I's. If you imagine someone who speaks Spanish and hasn't given up on I, hasn't learned a short I, he's going to say this is it. This is it. Well, I'm also saying the S as an S, not a Z. Contrast this is it to this is it. And immediately you begin to hear, it sounds like a bad Spanish accent. Okay, the sound of V, I mentioned this yesterday. I say it's approximately a B. Well, stress approximately. It's not a B. To try to learn it, what I did was I looked at B. I looked at the V, but I thought B, to try to get in between them. That's hard. Favor, favor. I don't know. And I don't know if I do it right. An R, the letter R is a little bit like an L. So you say pero, quiero. I think your tongue flips a little bit, and I think it might help to think of it like an L. A double R is trilled. Pero. That's why I wanted that in there. Now I have some kids, they say I can't do that. I'll say go like this if you can. And then the whole class will go. But then some kids will say, I can't do that. And they'll say, how do you do that? I say, I don't know, you let your tongue loose and blow out. Well, and I tell them, if you can't do that, you will not be able to speak Spanish without an accent, because you have to trill an R, as in perro. And then I say, now what happens? Do this, say perro, and they'll do that. And I'll say, okay, now you've got to learn to just trill it once, perro. And they work at it, and they try. It's hard, and some kids get discouraged with that. All right, vocabulary. We've got some nouns. El amigo, the friend. El perro, the dog. El burro, the donkey or the burro. Adjectives. He calls her bonita, pretty. Inteligente. I didn't translate it. Intelligent. Now, I'll tell you about that G Monday. Guapo means handsome. Estúpido. It's a cognate, like this one, so I didn't translate it. In English, it would be stupid. And then adverbs. We've got the adverb no. It's called the adverb of negation. No. Notice it doesn't sound like no. Oh, that's a diphthong. It's just the first sound. Oh, no. It means not. No quiero. Not want I. Some conjunctions. ¿Por qué is the first one we came to. I don't know if I've spelled that right in Spanish. It might be Portuguese. It's the same word, sort of. And I translated it as for that you are pretty. Well, in English it would usually be translated as because. That's the normal way. All right, and finally we have a new verb. We have the verb querer. So on your list of verbs, all the way over the left, let's see, under llamar, I don't think you don't need to skip a line. Go all the way over and querer. I think that's right. Querer, it means to want. And that R, see, here's the infinitive. Well, you've only seen it so far as the first person, I want. And that is quiero. Now an I appears here, quiero. That means I want. This is what is called an irregular verb. You would predict that I is going to end with an O, but you would not predict the presence of that I. Quiero. Well, that's a good bit. Now, don't feel badly about Jose over the weekend that he's been called stupid, a donkey, a little donkey. He's heard it before. He's ready. You'll see next week. Hope to see you on Monday.